All right, everyone, welcome back to Tacticae Imperialis headquarters. Today, I thought we would do a quick unboxing of a couple of the new releases from Games Workshop for our game, Legions Imperialis. We have the Krios Squadron and the Karacnos Assault Tank Squadron. And I, at least, have been eagerly anticipating the release of these detachments, simply because I've been a pretty active Mechanicum player over the last couple of months, really enjoying the faction as a whole, actually. But the absence of armored units has certainly been felt, at least in my case. Just having to rely on automata so much to fill that armored role in my lists has felt a bit constraining sometimes, and I am looking forward to having the option to field these in my games. I think they'll certainly add some good capabilities, and I'm interested to see how they put together and paint and play on the table. So I just thought I'd share my thoughts with you today about getting them, what the contents of the box are, what I think about the construction, the detail of the actual models, how I think they'll perform on the table, and you know, anything else that comes to mind. So I think I'm most interested in seeing the Krios. So let's start with that first. Let's look at the back of the box real quick. It comes with 3 weapon options. We've got the IRAD Scourer, the Lightning Cannon, the Pulsar Fusel, and of course we get 6, and then it looks like we get some decals too, which is always great to see. I'm not sure I'm going to actually use any of the decals just because my painting time and modeling time is pretty limited these days with so many things that I need to prep for the channel, that extra detail may need to be left behind. But let's take a look at what's inside the box. So I know some people may be saying to themselves, why don't you use more knights if you were feeling the absence of armored units? And I think it's just because I feel I'm not too much of a competitive guy, but I just feel that knights are just a bit overcosted, and I find they generally underperform. And I think these armored units are just a more competitive option in general, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So instructions wise, looks like the standard instructions. I do like that they have the weapons called out there very clearly, so there's no confusion. I think there may have been a few instances of that earlier on, especially for the Mechanicum, when the weapons are more esoteric and not as well known by the general playing audience. Overall, instructions are very clear. It does look like there's a few bits and pieces which we might expect, just because the Mechanicum models are a little bit more detailed than something like the Lehman Russ. But it doesn't look too bad. Got the sponsons there with the Volkite, the different gears and wheels. I love how these look like clockwork vehicles. I think that really plays into the Mechanicum's aesthetic. I do like seeing the inside of the Pulsar Fusel. That's something I hadn't noticed before on the larger scale vehicles. Yeah. Okay. The decal sheet, it looks pretty good. We got a variety of stripes here, white and black, depending on your color scheme. It looks like we also have just various arcane symbols. Looks like maybe some sunbursts with the Mechanicum symbol in there, a rook, just various different sizes, it seems like. Different hazard symbols, maybe. Different Greek symbols, maybe. Kind of hard to see. Of course, we got the phi there. The cog mechanicus, different Greek letters, different other arcane astrological symbols, some numbers. I like that it's got a different lettering style than the normal Gothic that we see, just to set the Mechanicum apart. Of course, they're sort of the Eastern Byzantine Empire analog in course, Heresy, and of course, I suppose 40K, to the Western Empire of the Terran Imperium. And maybe that's something I should talk about in a video at some point. You know, of course, that's called out by the use of Greek and Latin for the transliteration of the languages. Of course, it's not actually Latin or Greek, but it's how they're represented in the setting to us. Here's the sprue. We get two. There's 3 tanks on each sprue. We got the chassis, the different cogs and gears, the gun mounts. It looks like we get 2, as the box suggested. We get 2 of the pulsar fusils, 2 of the IRAD scourers, 3 of the lightning cannons. We've got the casemates for the guns, the sponsons, the different weapon fittings. Pretty straightforward. I do like how on this sprue everything is together. And some of the other sprues, especially for actually it escapes me now, but sometimes it's kind of hard to find things on these sprues, especially with these tiny pieces here. But everything's really nicely laid out. So kudos to whoever designed the sprue and laid it out. It's really clean and simple and easy. You got all your pieces together. Makes it really, really nice for me when I'm building it. Yeah, so the Krios, I think these are beautiful little models. Like I said, I love the clockwork aesthetic. I don't know if you can kind of see how detailed these are, but GW, I think, has done a great job. And I'm really impressed with the vehicles so far. I think they are amazingly detailed, really look great on the table, even from, the normal 3 feet away. So as far as my thoughts about the Krios itself, I think I am a little disappointed that it's not quite as fast as maybe I would have expected. And so that, that is a bit of a letdown. I think I'll probably outfit these guys, most of them, with the lightning cannon, just for general purpose use. And probably I'll have 4 with the pulsar fusel. I did get another box, if I didn't mention that already, so I have 12 to play with. Probably have 6 to 8 with the lightning cannon and 4 with the pulsar fusel. Probably push up the table with the 6 lightning cannon variants, and then have the 4 pulsar fusels in the rear, waiting to pounce on any heavy armor that tries to ambush or counter my armored push. The IRAD Scourer, I'm not too impressed with, at least from my first reading. Just seems like a lot of points for something that's just going to be killing infantry. I just don't think that you're going to get enough bang for your buck, enough bang for your points to justify taking that weapon, which is a shame because I think rad weapons are really cool and just an interesting part of the Heresy setting that I don't think we really see in 40K, or at least we didn't when I was, growing up and reading the 40K setting and lore and history and all that stuff. So yeah, I think that's enough about the Krios. Definitely looking forward to getting these put together. So let's move on to the Karacnos, which is another great looking tank. We get 4 in the box. Looks like you can build them without, well, with the mortar bay shut and the mortar bay open. And then, of course, they've got the lightning lock sponsons, which are point defense, which is crazy. Yeah, let's take a look. So these are definitely not going to be the mainstay of my armored force. I don't like the look of them as much as I do the Krios, which is probably why they won't be a huge part of my force. But I do think they are. They seem like they will be an effective unit, and I think the barrage, the indirect ability that they'll bring, is going to be an important aspect of any well-rounded Mechanicum force. So we get a couple sprues here. It is a bigger box. than we normally get. It's a little deeper. So we get 2 of each of these 2 different sprues. So let's take a look at the instructions first. This is the normal, Triaros build that we would expect. Looks like we have to build the mortar bays separately and then insert them, which is fine. I would have expected that. We got the lightning locks. Attach it to this cowling, and then on top, we've got the missiles. I do think it's interesting we don't get the missiles in this game. Maybe that's something they'll add later. I don't know. And then we got the shield generators. So yeah, it seems like a pretty standard build. It's interesting they've got these on the side here, or as separate sprues. These are the mortar batteries, it looks like. Yeah, it's interesting. I guess they just didn't have enough space. We've got more mortar batteries on there too, though. You just had to squeeze them in, I guess. There's the lightning locks. Not as neatly laid out, although each tank, it looks like it's compartmentalized into its own sprue. So I guess that makes sense. Have one on each side. Have every bit in its place. Yeah, I think the Karacnos, definitely a powerful unit. I think the mortar battery is going to be very effective at digging out infantry from buildings. Although, again, you're spending a lot of points to kill infantry. Oh, it looks like I got a broken bit there. That's frustrating. Well, I'll have to call or email GW about that. That's going to bother me. So hopefully they'll... Oh, there's another broken piece right there, too. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get a replacement. Anyway, what was I talking about? The Krios, just in general. The Karacnos. I keep saying Krios. The Karacnos, I think it's maybe just a few too many points for dedicated infantry hunting. I don't know. I think also you'd have to have a pretty big squadron to make it effective at that. Just because the number of infantry stands that you'll need to kill is pretty high if you're going to be digging some out of a building. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Definitely looking forward to getting them on the table. These will be probably bringing up the rear of my Krios squadrons, providing fire support using the barrage from behind, just taking out any additional stragglers or maybe any infantry that are trying to assault up the table to counter my armored push. So yeah, overall, very happy with these models. Looking forward to putting them together. I am a bit disappointed. It's weird that this bit broke off right there and then this bit there. So I'm going to get in touch with Games Workshop customer service and ask them to send me a replacement sprue. Although I bought these from the local store, so I'm not sure they will. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, hearing my thoughts about these new releases. I'm not sure I'll do too many unboxing videos. I know my channel is mostly focused on tactics and battle reports and so on. But if you did enjoy this video, if you liked this maybe more informal style, do let me know in the comments. And, give me a like and a subscribe and all that YouTube stuff that helps the channel and keeps us growing and reaching more people and hopefully getting them to watch these videos and learn more about the game and hopefully get excited about playing it and trying it themselves so that we can continue to enjoy this game that we all love. So that's all for now, guys. I'll see you in the next video.